Hello all. As Gerard said, my name is Gerard Cleary and I'm the Financial Controller of Glenisk. Now what I'm hoping to do today is I'm hoping to speak a little bit about the Glenisk story, who we are, what we're about and where we came from. So Glenisk comes from the Irish name An Glan Ishka, stream flowing through the woods, which is a small woodland just behind our family farm. Now it's a second generation business. It was set up by my late dad, Jack Cleary, back in 1986. Now, Dad set it up for two reasons. One, he had a large dairy herd. He was milking about 250 cows a day, 365 days a year. And secondly, he had a large family. I'm one of 14 siblings in the family. So Dad reckoned, could he add value to the assets that he had? Because I suppose he got a little bit disillusioned when it came to milking the cows, seeing that every day the milk, the hard work that he put in, a truck was coming and brought it off to another co-op where they were adding value to it. So he set about looking at ways of added value. He travelled the length and breadth of Europe and he came back with the idea of producing a yogurt. So he wanted to build a factory so it could create employment or give the option for some of his family members to stay and run the plant. So hence Glenisk was born in the mid-80s. Now during this time we all were trying to grow the farm, or trying to grow the business, but Dad kept a great control over everything as well. So when Dad passed away in 1995, the place was, I suppose, left in a little bit of a muddle for 2 years. We had 10 brothers and sisters running between the farm, the yogurt dairy and the milk business as well. And I suppose we were really tripping up over each other. So we set about trying to set separate identities for each, and myself and 4 of my siblings took over the running of Glenisk. Now, we were, I have to say, very naive when it came to business matters. We wouldn't even have known what a bank statement was, not alone what equity we had in the company. I remember one of the first pieces of advice we got is when we sat down with our accountants and we didn't know whether there was going to be a pot of gold in the bank or else checks bouncing. Unfortunately, it was the latter, and our accountant said to us, guys, you're young, you're educated, go off and get jobs somewhere else. Now, I suppose with our stubbornness, with our lack of experience, our naivety as well, which proved to be successful for us, we decided that we were going to tell this accountant, no, he's wrong. So we set about rolling up our sleeves. We put whatever limited personal savings we had into the business. We bought some second-hand capital equipment and we started to modernise the Glenisk name. Now, slowly but surely, we started to gain momentum and Glenisk got a presence out there in the supermarket. Now, we grew up on the family farm, working as close to nature as possible. So we wanted to transfer this ethos or ideas to our product. So I suppose we made the first bold step back in, when was it, about year 1999, when we started to produce some of our products to organic products. Now, organic products back then were relatively unheard of on these islands. We saw that it was making somewhat of an impact in some of the Central European countries, Germany and Austria. And we said to ourselves, well, if this philosophy or way of life is working over there, maybe we can transport it and work it over here as well.